What do you know about the Philistines of the Bible? One of the greatest and fiercest enemies of the Israelites was the Philistines. They hated the Israelites right from the days of Abraham to the reign of David and even to date. Of course, they are still very much in existence, though this warring tribe suddenly disappeared in the course of history, which raises the question, who are the offspring of the old Philistines, and where are they today? Why do they hate the children of God so much? You will find the answers shortly. Ensure you watch to the end because what you are about to discover will surprise you. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to this channel. According to archaeological discoveries, the Philistines were a group of people who moved from southern Europe or Greece to the east coast of the Aegean Sea. In ancient times, this area was initially known as Canaan. The Philistines who established their settlement in the region were renowned for their seafaring skills and warlike nature. This highlights the fact that the Philistines were exceptionally fierce warriors. Now, do you know how it all started? Let's do a quick refreshing of our childhood Bible stories. The ancient Philistines were living in the land of Canaan before Moses, and the Israelites claimed it as their promised land from God. In the Bible, the Philistines were first mentioned in the book of Genesis 10:14, which links their lineage to Ham, one of the sons of Noah. Amos 9:7 also confirms this. It says, "Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Saith the Lord, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt? And the Philistines from Caphtor, and the Syrians from Kir." This Bible verse reveals that the ancient Philistines, whom the Israelites chased out of Canaan land, migrated from Caphtor. Another Bible verse that lends credence to this fact is the book of Jeremiah 47:4, which says, "For the day has come to destroy all the Philistines and to remove all survivors who could help Tyre and Sidon. The Lord is about to destroy the Philistines, the remnant from the coasts of Caphtor." In case you do not know, the Philistines were the founding fathers or pioneers of 5 major cities in the scriptures: Ashdod, Ashkelon, Ekron, and Gath. Each city has its ruler. Altogether, they are known as the 5 rulers of the Philistines. To further understand the lives of the Philistines, one needs to look into the stories of their encounters with the Israelites. Their first encounter with the Israelites was not a good one. We can find this in the book of Genesis chapter 20:1-18. Abraham had journeyed to Gerar, where Abimelech ruled as the king. Philistia kings are often called Abimelech, so Abraham had journeyed to the land of the Philistines. Because of how fierce they were, Abraham feared them. He had to lie by telling his wife, Sarah, to introduce herself as his sister. Sarah was so beautiful that she became the talk of the town until Abimelech heard about her. He asked for her ties with Abraham, and she said Abraham was her brother. Hence, Abimelech decided to marry her. But God dealt with the king in his dream until he restored Sarah to Abraham. Not only that, Abimelech gave Abraham gifts, while Abraham prayed for the king and his household in return. This story appeared to be an amicable separation devoid of hatred, but that was far from the truth. The book of Genesis 26:12-16 recorded that the Philistines so envied the son of Abraham and even blocked the wells that his father had dug. This story was the beginning of hatred between the Israelites and the Philistines. They became extremely envious of the Israelites, and it lingered on for years. Another instance of the Philistines' clash with the Israelites was during the reign of judges in Israel. God specifically chose Samson to be Israel's warrior and tasked him with the mission of destroying the Philistines. It was his duty to rid the earth of their presence. Time and time again, whenever Samson engaged in battle with the Philistines, he emerged victorious. You'll find one of such accounts in Judges 15:14-15. The Bible says, "As he approached Lehi, the Philistines came toward him shouting. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. The ropes on his arms became like charred flax, and the bindings dropped from his hands. Finding a fresh jawbone of a donkey, he grabbed it and struck down 1,000 men. With just a jawbone of an ass, Samson killed 1,000 Philistines. After that incident, the Philistines became determined to bring about Samson's downfall. Their opportunity came when Samson fell in love with Delilah, who happened to be one of the daughters of the Philistines. You know the popular story? They eventually wasted his life. However, that was not the end of the Philistines' war with the Israelites. Another notable one happened during the reign of Saul. The Philistines, led by their champion Goliath, challenged the Israelites to battle. Goliath was a giant whose height sent fear down the spine of all the soldiers. For 40 days he kept appearing before the Israelite soldiers, but they could not deal with him until David appeared at the scene. He faced the Philistia giant in the name of the Lord with a catapult and 5 stones. He shot the giant with a stone in the forehead, and the giant died on the spot. This is one of the instances where the Israelites defeated the Philistines. But if you think that was the end, you're mistaken. In fact, the Israelites faced more giants after Goliath, leaving us to wonder, why did they hate the children of God so much? Could it just be for the petty sins of Abraham? Moreover, do you know that the wars between the Israelites and Philistines are most notable throughout biblical history? They were always against the children of Israel ever since they stepped into the Promised Land. And from the description of people like Goliath, you can deduce that the Philistines are well blessed with weaponry. Being defeated by the tiny Israelites must have been a deeply humiliating experience for them. Their lives as warriors likely spurred them to continue warring against the Israelites, believing and hoping that they could eventually defeat them. Aside from the Bible records of the Philistines, what else can be said about them? First, Adad-nirari, king of Assyria, who reigned from 810 to 783 BC, claimed to have collected tributes from the Philistines. This means that the Philistines must have been under his rule. This claim is likely true because research revealed that in the early part of the 7th century, Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Ekron, and Gath, the 5 cities of the Philistines, came under the control of the Assyrian rulers. Remember, when King Nebuchadnezzar conquered Syria, the Philistine cities were assimilated into the Neo-Babylonian Empire. And when the Persian Empire overcame the Babylonian Empire, the Philistines automatically became the Persian slaves. From all these records, we can deduce that the Philistines lost their prowess in war, heritage, and, most importantly, their lands. There is no record of the Philistines having a distinct language, but some suggest that Aramaic or Greek must have been their language. Archaeologists recently visited the former dwelling place of the Philistines, where they made an intriguing discovery. Amongst the artifacts uncovered, they found a unique style of pottery dating back to the 13th century and linked it to the Mycenaean civilization in Greece. This finding supports the hypothesis that the Philistines were migrants who journeyed from Greece to settle near the Aegean Sea. Additionally, Philistine temples and various design elements were unearthed at the site, providing further evidence of the Philistines' notable artistic prowess. Currently, there is no evidence to prove that the Philistines mentioned are still alive as a group of people or culture today. While some may argue that they are linked to the Palestinians, this is not accurate. The modern-day Palestinians have stronger connections to Syria, whereas the ancient Philistines resided in Canaan and Sinai along the coast. Through DNA analysis of excavated Philistine remains, archaeologists have discovered similarities between their DNA and contemporary Lebanese individuals. This suggests that the Philistines may be connected to the Lebanese population today. However, we still have some descendants of the biblical giants like Goliath scattered across the world. As we conclude our journey through the wonders of the Word, remember that faith is a light that guides us through life's darkest moments. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enlightening content. Keep walking in faith, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, may God's blessings shine upon you.